是可以的，也让我们拥有从未的日子。无论这也是也是，如果不是你不问，那年会更难。相信变成了某种特殊天分，缘分只是自欺欺人的天真。想念总是在夜里狂奔，特别像他着魔的眼神。好难得你遇见了对的人，难得你很认真，不想太多去奋不顾身。好难得你爱上了对的人，可惜他不是你的可能。
Prepare yourself for the greatest battle of your lives.
我们都曾以为爱就像清晨，原来最难爱过的其实黄昏。我们都爱过某个诗人，可是诗人也是平凡人。好难得你遇见了对的人，难得你很认真，不想太多去奋不顾身。好难得你爱上了对的人，可惜他不是你的可能。好难得我们遇见了对的人，难得好几辈子的好运才有机会完成。好难得我们爱上了对的人，就算他不是到最后的人，也祝他更勇敢爱别人。 懂爱停在手里多久。学问道理教科书都有，恋爱上签到底哪里求？如果有教授，我一定要努力修，就不可呀，快为我加油！多想带着雷达到他梦里仔细调查，爱的真卡还有没有副卡？也想拿起扫把在他心里洗洗刷刷，不专心的念头都清楚啦。99次我爱他，少了眼皮会乱眨，要他能心电感应我的想法，每天念着他的名字，一句不差。99次我爱他，少了头发会翻叉，要他的香烟每天准时打卡，爱像冰淇淋在嘴里融化。就不可呀，快为我加油！多想带着雷达到他梦里仔细调查，爱的真卡还有没有副卡？也想拿起扫把在他心里洗洗刷刷，不专心的念头都清楚啦。99次我爱他，少了眼皮会乱眨，要他能心电感应我的想法，每天念着他的名字，一句不差。99次我爱他，少了头发会翻叉，要他的香烟每天准时打卡，爱像冰淇淋在嘴里融化。
Legendary.
Baby, rise up. I do my thing,
可是他其实人超好的，因为通常如果你用火车通行证的话，你应该要先去柜台盖一个启动章，就是你正式走的那天。
柜台。
反正就是我们忘记做这件事了，然后我们也没有时间在火车站去问，那我们就是直接带着那个票一起上来，然后那个列车长就是直接帮我们盖那个启动章，那他的感觉就是我们好像是傻逼一样嘛，就是还特别叫我们说你们使用这种火车通行证，像我这个是10天的火车通行证3国的，那你第一天要用的话，你就要在当天写你用的这个日期，比如说我今天是2月19号搭乘，我就要在这个写到2月19号，那我就用掉了1天，一整份的表格，就是你要乖乖在这边填上说你是几月几号搭的，然后你搭的是几点的班次，从哪里到哪里，这样就这个真的要乖乖的填。
爽吗？床其实蛮大的。
对啊，
而且其实很高，它跟，但是现在在我心目中最高的还是英国的，你露馅了啦！
我露什么馅？
露出你的3件内搭裤。
我穿了3件，这叫什么发热衣，然后还有一件内衣，然后裤子穿了阿公的内裤，然后另一件那个超冷，好不好？现在才负2度。
现在真的很冷。
Ibis 真的是来欧洲的好朋友，就是你想要评价，就是超过可能2000多，就是真的要住 Ibis。
感觉蛮舒服、干净的。
干净，那什么，还蛮可爱的。Room Directory, the Ibis Style. Welcome to Ibis Family. Ibis 的介绍之类，反正蛮可爱就对了。这家 Ibis 还不错，因为我订早餐，那一般的早餐好像就算是自助式，好像也是有时间，然后现在是中午了，但是它的早餐是说它可送完了，那些热饮料就一直放在这里，所以你要喝的话，你就可以自己拿。你要咖啡还是巧克力还是热牛奶？
巧克力啊，当然是巧克力啊。小小一杯。
烫烫。拜托了，这小小一杯是英国的学校卖1英镑，然后如果你在外面买要2英镑。
认真。
对哦，其实我要做2倍功，喝之前要先拍照，然后还要录。
然后你的刘海还乱掉了。
宝这一条整个街好像都是它的金融中心，所以很多洗钱银行。然后我就看到一个雕像，重点是为什么他手上有啤酒罐啊？他昨天喝了什么？他喝了哪一排酒？你看得到哪一排吗？我看不到，是卢森堡牌吗？
不知道，晚上回去买看看。
这是很好笑，我觉得虽然没追正，但是还蛮好笑的，算你有创意啊，卢森堡人。它中文翻译好像叫阿道夫桥吧，法文和荷兰文我搞不清楚，不知道怎么念。同一块牌子它可能会列法文，然后又列荷文，然后又列英文，然后每个人就几乎都会讲3、4国语，超强的。然后我们不能直接走桥的上面，我们要走吊桥，就是桥的下面，还蛮酷的。超长的一座桥，对面那是卢森堡的圣母院，金金的那个军事广场那一类的，因为它的翻译就是有点复杂，所以我都记不太起来。
你最近很喜欢“长”这个字眼
啊，就真的很长啊，不然你要什么？很 huge 吗？很巨大。
怎样？
就我原本想说进去，它有一个走道，然后会连接到什么炮台的，但是他说这样有开，但是我们可以走去那个炮台，然后就叫我们去那个厕所。
那右边是什么？看起来很高级。
而且感觉里面人很舒适，他们在里面就是还在那边打牌，还怎样之类的。
所以我们刚刚可以进去炮台了吗？
他刚跟我说可以，但是就是要走另外一条，他有推荐的什么卢森堡一个散步路线，然后照他那走会到另外一头炮台，然后再从那边买票进去就可以。然后我刚看 Google Map， 好像就是可以从这边。可是我有点看不懂啊，他 Google Map 说，这边可以直接穿到后面，但是
哪有？
就是这个广场啊，
不是啊，而且这里看起来都是建筑物，
感觉一定要就是走到外面才有办法。
哪里有路？这看起来就是一栋啊！你说他穿越这栋？
超话直接说穿越这栋啊！靠！哎，真的可以穿越！
在哪里？
这里吗？刚刚花了1人6欧进来泡台，超贵！因为我昨天在查网络，2年前才3欧啊，应该差不多是2年前。2年前3欧，现在6欧哎，超贵的。
物价上涨。
那进来这个炮台，希望他等一下那个炮有厉害到哦。
超黑暗的，走吧。
超复杂的路，而且里面暗迷蒙，我觉得我现在这样拍，很像在拍什么恐怖片的那种影集。
地下碉堡迷失，
因为它完全没有指标，
就丧失有指标，但是
有指标，但是指标就是你左边走也可以，右边走也可以。
指标叫你往右走，另一个指标叫你往左走，超诡异的。
就是真的会出不去。
哦，很深哎。
啊，什么是什么？
这个洞天井超深。
哎呦，shit！
超深，这要挖那么深哎。
这往下不知道到哪里。
神秘的地道。
对呀。而且它的台阶越来越小。啊，到了，终于到了。
石头超冰的。
我戴手套。对，走下来，结果要走上去是什么意思？靠背啦！他叫我们走下来了。
东西是我错过的。
没有，他就是叫我们走下来，然后又走上去。
我刚错过什么？
没有。我找到套了。62就是花钱来看这个了啦。
看这根长长的。
我现在看到这个景色，我觉得6块 OK 啦。其实它每一个窗台上都是可以出去，所以你可以沿着后台步道看整个角落美景。好像很酷哎，它是就是那种巧克力汤匙啊，然后你可以融到牛奶里，然后有很多种口味。好可爱哦！它每个上桌就是会给每个上桌就是会给一个巧克力汤匙，
香。
再外加一杯牛奶，然后你是自己把它泡进去搅。如果是酒的话，它就会有2根就是酒精插在上面。
喝起来什么香？你有什么感觉？
我觉得它可能就是没有像 Angelina 还是 Mason 巧克力那么有深度，但是还蛮浓，蛮好喝的。你的酒味
没有酒味，
没有酒味。哎，可是为什么你搅的比较好？
我比较专业。
我搅的好像就是很烂这样。
专业的，这就是专业。
帮我搅。
平常你就知道谁在做这件杂事。我觉得。
哦，我知道你的没有酒味，但是有奶酒的那股味道。
因为我是点奶酒。
但是就是奶酒味，但是没有酒味的奶酒。
没有酒味的奶酒。
我觉得我的反而不知道为什么是补燕麦味。
因为你不是点什么？
不是，我是点核桃。
原来是核桃。
Now 25 years. I worked here, grew up here. In Taiwan, I'm always this foreigner. Junior high, I hated school. It was horrible. Junior high was like hitting, test every day.
You've been here long enough that they hit you?
Yes, we were like this with a stick, you know, and it was like 50 times. We have a thing called 罚写. It's like, whatever you get wrong, you have to write 100 times. And then you get a technique where you take 3 pens and you write together.
Cole Fogel here, and today I am with, how do I say your name properly?
Christina Jensen, but in Taiwan, everybody calls me Tina.
So you're like Taiwanese in the sense that how many years have you lived in Taiwan?
I moved to Taiwan when I was 6, so it's been now 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 31.
So you're 31 now. Okay, so
Yeah.
most of your not even adult life. Most of your human existence has been here
Yes.
in Taiwan.
Exactly. I've been abroad. I was working in Clara.Airways for
Okay.
6 years, so I was abroad for like 7 years now. Just
Oh.
came back last year.
Did you have a particular area when you worked on the airline that you stationed in, or was it just always moving around?
Oh, we were stationed in Qatar, if you know, Doha, Qatar. So I was living there for like almost 7 years.
Is it near Dubai?
Yeah, next to Dubai.
What was it like living in Qatar?
Oh, I really enjoyed it because it was like, it's a place with a lot of expats. So you feel like you belong there because everybody's different. And Taiwan, I'm always this foreigner.
So you've been here since you were 6. You
Yeah.
still feel like a foreigner living here?
Yeah, unfortunately, I speak the language natively. I know everything. I worked here, I grew up here.
Do you speak Taiwanese?
I understand Taiwanese.
That's,
yeah,
I mean,
can-
that's
can-
really being
yeah,
from here.
Yeah, and because I grew up in the like in Kaohsiung, Tainan, you know, area,
So-
so I can understand Taiwanese, and I can swear.
No.
Well, we're not doing that. Yeah, okay.
Beep, beep. So sorry, originally your family background is Polish and German.
Yeah, my dad is German, my mom is Polish.
Do you speak Polish?
Unfortunately, not because at home we spoke like German most of the time.
You have been going to, went to, not anymore, to the public education system here in Taiwan since you were 6?
So 6, I did like 2 months of kindergarten, and then
Yeah,
we went
yeah.
straight away to elementary school. And from there on, my parents are not rich, so we're 4 kids, so it was really expensive if we went
4
to,
kids.
Yeah, so if we go to private school, it's impossible for them. So we went to local school where we just sent them, you know, somewhere countryside and just some school. And we went from there. We started to learn Chinese.
In Kaohsiung?
I was first in Danshui, I don't know if you know Taipei.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
for 4 years, and then we moved to Kaohsiung. And in high school, I was in Tainan. And
Oh,
then-
wow.
And in college, I was in Taipei, so everywhere. So
Where was the easiest place to live of the cities you've lived in?
I think it was in elementary school. It was easy.
So that was where,
That
Taipei?
was in Kaohsiung.
That was in
and
Kaohsiung.
Renwu. It was like a countryside. It's next to
Renwu,
Kaohsiung.
so that's
Renwu.
close to where I live.
Yeah,
Yes,
like,
that's like low-key, small town.
Yeah, I loved it. It was simple. You go to school, you play in the field. Back then we had like rice fields and we would go inside.
That sounds like a normal childhood
I
almost.
loved it, yeah, but now there are no more. It's all houses and it's all gone,
Oh.
you know. And then junior high,
Yeah.
I hated school. I was rebel.
I can relate.
Yeah, but then in high school, I went in Tainan and I went to a dance school, which was one of the best school, and that's when I took studying seriously.
Cool.
I
Ballet?
changed. Ballet. It was a
Good.
professional dance 舞蹈班. Studying seriously.
Cool.
I
Ballet?
changed. Ballet. It was a
Good.
professional dance 舞蹈班, you know, like a really
Oh,
good
cool.
school. Because I don't like to study, my grades suck. I cannot sit. I have to always be doing something. So I was a dancer, and it was easy for me to get in, and I got in. It was very challenging. 3 years of training, discipline training, and it was life-changing for me.
Is it something you would want to like?
专业营养师调配，严选营养食材，贵格宝宝粥饭系列。
서울 에디션 23
pursue down the road?
No. I
Oh.
still love it. It's a part of me. Every part was a different journey. High school was a turning point in my life where I became serious about, because in junior high it was like they were forcing you every day. We were test,
Oh, God.
forcing you, and then you know they hit you if you have bad points.
You've been here long enough that they hit you?
Yes. Oh my God. And my
I don't
grades.
think they can do that anymore.
My grades were a disaster. I get like 8 for math because I hate math. The teacher, they're like, "Pa, pa, pa." We were like this with a stick, you know, and it was
Yeah.
like 50 times because I got 50
You literally probably
you
went
stand
through
there.
the final generation
Yeah.
of this.
You stand there in a line and the teachers just like, boop, 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 hitting you. And my mom got furious. She was
Oh,
like,
I'm
I'm going
sure.
to school. Nobody hits my kids. But I told her, but you know how it is with kids? We want to be the same. We don't want to stand out. So I told her, listen, it's embarrassing. Don't come. I will be okay.
Yeah, it's like, Mom, you don't get it. I'm already a foreigner.
Yes, exactly. And if you come and I get special treatment, it's even worse. So
and everyone's going to be like, oh, the foreigner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. Junior high was like hitting, test every day. And then also there's a thing, I don't know, your kids probably didn't go through this, but we have a thing called 罚写. It's like whatever you get wrong, you have to write 100 times.
Oh, yeah, no, I think they still may have that.
It's like,
I don't know if it's 100 times.
It's so
but-
stupid. And my mom even got so furious. She's like, listen, go print it and I will sign it. Just write 1 page and print the whole thing and I will sign for you because it's such a waste of time. But we were literally just writing every day. We're not learning anything. We're just every day like writing 200 times. And then you get a technique where you take 3 pens and you write together. Because it's faster.
Oh my God.
So anyway, junior high was all about punishment, not allowed, and tests, and we didn't learn much, I feel. My mom was like, anyway, as long as you're happy.
I think
with
your mom and
yeah, she didn't even
me
care
have a
about
sim-
my
yeah.
grades. When we come home, she will ask us, what did you learn today? She would not be like, what is your grade? My teachers were like, you will not get into any good high school with your grades. Eventually, I got into the second best high school in Tainan because of my dancing.
Oh, nice.
Because I was going after school dancing classes for fun, you know.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
hobby. I'm not blaming the teachers here. I think that's all they know.
No, they're part of the program,
Yeah,
right?
that's all
Yeah.
they know. And I
Yeah.
don't want. I met really amazing teachers. They tried their best. I believe
Yeah.
so. But for me,
But those teachers grew up the way
Yeah.
they expect you to be in school.
Yeah.
They were taught that way.
yeah, in high school was a big change for me where I wanted to be better. Myself, my mom never pushed me. And then I started to learn by myself. Yeah, the high school was very strict and very stressful because that's how it is. I had good teachers in high school. I think dancing and art, like dancing in art school, they have a very different approach to education.
I would imagine so.
It's
Yeah.
still strict. There's still like you have to be a certain way. You have to have your leg here. You have to have that.
But that's about technique and just
Yes.
being the best at.
What you can do. And
Yeah.
so I had a good time in high school where I changed. I really totally changed and I
Yeah.
became like one of the best in school.
Wow.
I think my ego kicked in, so I wanted to be better. So I was working really hard to get better. And then in college, I went to also a very good college in dance. But it was funny because what happened in Taipei in college was, first year was fine. Second year, I went back to Germany for vacation, and I came back culture shock.
Oh, culture shock here.
Yes. And
Reverse
then
culture shock?
everything went just downhill. I didn't.
Oh.
I was not good anymore at dancing because I got depression. I became fat. It was a total different
I'm having
story.
trouble picturing you fat,
Yeah, I was fat. Not fat, but
but for yourself.
but for dancing,
Oh, for dancing.
it was like
You mean I wouldn't have looked at you and thought you were fat, but
you
for
probably
a
would
dancer?
not. Yeah, you would probably not. But for Taiwanese standards, I was fat, and
You'd be-
I was mentally not okay. And
Yeah.
then somehow I was really bad. My mom said, you can drop out, it's no problem. Like, just drop out. You don't need to finish the school. But then I said, let me just finish it, whatever.
Yeah,
I finished it. And then later on, I went to Qatar, and that's when my life changed. I
Things
feel,
got better for you in
for
guitar.
me, because I realized there's so many different kinds of people in the world.
It's
and
true.
you are beautiful the way you are.
Yeah.
And in Taiwan, it was very hard because you have to be a certain way. And I think the Qatar, leaving Taiwan was a really
Yeah.
big change of my brain settings.
Yeah.
Where I program myself that everybody has a special place in this world and everybody has their unique way of being.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky in dance. I met a lot in dance. When my dance journey started, I met a lot of teachers who actually considered my feelings, and they consider that I'm going through a hard time, and they considered things like that, which is very rare in normal schooling because they
That
just
is
want
rare.
they just want you to have a good grade. The rest doesn't give it, But I think mental health is so I really totally changed and I
Yeah.
became like one of the best in school.
Wow.
I think my ego kicked in, so I wanted to be better. So I was working really hard to get better. And then in college, I went to also a very good college in dance. But it was funny because what happened in Taipei in college was, first year was fine. Second year, I went back to Germany for vacation, and I came back culture shock.
Oh, culture shock here.
Yes. And
Reverse
and then
culture shock?
everything went just downhill. I didn't.
Oh.
I was not good anymore at dancing because I got depression. I became fat. It was a total different
I'm having
story.
trouble picturing you fat,
Yeah, I was fat. Not fat, but
but for yourself.
but for dancing,
Oh, for dancing.
it was like
You mean I wouldn't have looked at you and thought you were fat, but
you
for
probably
a
would
dancer?
not. Yeah, you would probably not. But for Taiwanese standards, I was fat, and
You'd
I
be-
was mentally not okay. And
Yeah.
then somehow I was really bad. My mom said, you can drop out, it's no problem. Like, just drop out. You don't need to finish the school. But then I said, let me just finish it, whatever.
Yeah,
I finished it. And then later on, I went to Qatar, and that's when my life changed. I
Things
feel,
got better for you in
for
guitar.
me because I realized there's so many different kinds of people in the world.
It's
and
true.
you are beautiful the way you are.
Yeah.
And in Taiwan, it was very hard because you have to be a certain way. And I think the Qatar, leaving Taiwan was a really
Yeah.
big change of my brain settings.
Yeah.
where I program myself that everybody has a special place in this world and everybody has their unique way of being.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky in dance. I met a lot in dance. When my dance journey started, I met a lot of teachers who actually considered my feelings, and they consider that I'm going through a hard time, and they considered things like that, which is very rare in normal schooling, because they
That
just
is
want
rare.
they just want you to have a good grade. The rest doesn't give it, you know. But I think mental health is so important, and I feel in Taiwan it's
Shout out to mental health.
yeah, I
yes.
think in Taiwan that's what's missing to the children.
What are the top 3 things you think need to change for the education system in Taiwan to be better than it is right now? I have a few things I can say. I'm curious.
Okay.
What's your take on it? And be honest. Like, I think this is useful, especially to my Taiwanese audience, to
Yeah.
know that outside of Taiwan, we do have different views
Yeah,
on
we
education.
do. We do.
And what that means to be educated. So what's
Yes.
your
Oh, wow,
what needs to
wow.
change?
I think parents. I think we need to educate the parents, because I feel like a lot of kids, they come to message me and they're like, JJ, you know, I'm being depressed, my parents are so strict. And I feel like when your kids are being depressed, they will not learn.
No.
And I don't remember anything I learned in junior high, because it was just like your grades, I remember, nothing I remember. And then you go to Bushiban, and like, parents, give your kids a break. Let them just be human beings. And you know how you learn? You learn by playing, you learn by doing. It's not by memorizing things.
No.
And you should trust your kids that they will be okay, not control them the way you want them to be.
But mom and dad most likely were part of the same programs.
Yes. Once the parents let go of the kids a little bit, you will have an easier life as well as parents, because you will not be so suffocated. Oh my God, my kid.
Agreed.
Yeah, you know. So let them be. They will figure it out. Let them be. Don't be like, oh my God, you have to go to medical school. You have to. If he likes to fix cars, there's nothing wrong with that. You know how much I love when I go to a car fixer and he fixed my car. How grateful I am and how amazing he is.
And how many times have you been to a doctor, and it's not all doctors,
Yeah.
where you can tell this guy didn't want to be a doctor and he's just literally going through the
Yes.
motions, and you don't want to get help from that kind of
Yes.
doctor.
So why force them to be something
Yeah.
they don't want to
Yeah,
be?
yeah, yeah.
Just let them be what they want to be.
What they're good at.
But then also it's hard, because then like, but what if they don't know what they want to be? What if they turn out wrong? Well, everybody has a path. What is a perfect job? Perfect job is what are you good at? You know, what do you like to do?
I mean, this is my perfect job, what I'm doing right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, you enjoy
You know,
it.
I still teach part-time, you know.
Yeah, YouTube is not easy.
It's not
I
easy.
know. The whole education system cannot probably.
Still teach part-time.
But if few parents can understand that your children, you need to trust them.
Yeah.
Let them be the human, and you don't owe them. They're not your property.
Yes.
And-
Oh, that's a big one for me.
Yes, I think that will change a lot in education. You will not push
Yeah.
them to Bushiban. You will not push them to have 100%, because having 100% doesn't mean anything. Anything.
Especially university or college, it's
Yeah.
like there's no point in doing that unless there's something you're really passionate about.
Exactly. I mean, I finished school. I don't do anything that's related to my college. But the thing is, in Taiwan, it matters, because I made a few videos about education, and everybody tells me, no, in Taiwan, degree matters. If you don't have a degree, you will not get a job. But I don't think that's true. I think you can work in a coffee shop. You don't need a degree for that.
Robots are going to take over
my
everything, right? I mean, one day there's going to be AI doctors, lawyers, dentists, like all of the major professions
really
are going to.
don't want that.
I know it's scary.
I don't want-
It's scary, but my point is, we need to rethink education back to education,
Yeah.
because what you're learning now is going to be obsolete in like 10 years. Yeah, how about we learn about how to meditate?
Yes, I really think children should learn
Yeah,
that.
I'm a meditator, and I've
Yeah.
taught my students at past jobs
Yeah.
5 minutes of meditation, and
Yeah,
I've
it's
gotten
so important.
annoyed bosses saying, "Why are you doing that?"
Yeah, I was teaching English as well, but I couldn't teach anymore because they were telling me I'm too nice to the kids. And I had this kid talking to me, teacher, and he was telling me this whole story, and I was so excited. And then this Chinese teacher was like, 坐下，不要讲话. Like they tell them, like, sit down, don't
Yeah.
talk. But I want them to talk. They need to talk.
And
That's how they learn English.
I wonder if they realize
You know,
that
I'm just
much
like-
like how parents need to be mindful how they speak to their
Yeah.
children, that's actually going to create childhood trauma when you talk down to the kids like that. You're actually traumatizing them, and then they grow up to not be happy grown-ups like many of the grown-ups that are not happy.
One of my brother, like he had so much creativity and he had so much voice, and the teachers didn't like it.
Of course not.
They didn't like it. They basically ruined him, no offense, but that was a really bad school, and they ruined him because they
Yeah.
were like, no, sit down, no, you're a bad kid. And they were abusing him verbally
Yeah.
because they couldn't hit him anymore at that point. So Like my mom is really like, that's something that really breaks her heart because he was so creative and it kind of killed him at that point.
Killed the creativity?
Yes,
Or probably
it
made him depressed too, I'm sure.
Yes, it did.
Childhood trauma. So
Yeah,
let's
I
make the
have a lot.
education system and parenting better.
Yes. The thing about my parents that I love and I'm forever grateful is that when I do something wrong, they might not agree and they'll be like, that was not right. But they will not be shouting at me. They'll be like, okay, come here, sit down. Why did you do that? What is the reason? Okay, so do you think it's right? Like they talk to me, they let me think, and they tell me it's not the best way. And then I would not do it again.
Yeah.
And I would not be afraid to make mistakes.
Provided a safe place for you.
I think Taiwan education, the system we cannot change, but I hope we can change few parents how they think and just be your friends, be your children's best friends.
Create emotional safety.
Yes.
Because if the kid grows up not feeling safe emotionally, what kind of a grown-up is that going to be?
Children are your teachers.
Yes.
So don't think you're better than them at all.
I hope that there are comments of parents that are like what we're talking about.
For sure, for sure.
I'm sure there are.
I think the newer generation, younger generation, they are. Like I feel like being friends with your kids is so important.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I know.
But there's that fine line of like
I don't have
parenting
kids.
and being friends.
I don't have kids, so I cannot say. But
well, where I struggle is that discipline is not that important to me.
Okay.
And I struggle because sometimes it's necessary, like otherwise their room literally is messy for like 2 months if I don't say anything.
Okay.
But so it's like this struggle of like, how do I get them to do things that are good for them? Like having a clean space means your mind can be more clear.
Yeah, true.
Then I end up fighting with them when I don't want to be that version of myself with them.
Yeah, okay.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, it is. But how do you do it like now they go to school in Taiwan and you are, is there like a struggle for you?
It kind of sucks for me because everything's
it's so
in Chinese.
different.
I can't help them usually unless it's English. And my wife even finds like, she's like, I can't believe they're learning this in math in grade 6.
Oh my God, yes!
Like what are you learning?
Like
Why
X,
is...
Y, Z in
Yeah,
grade, and
yes.
I'm like, I don't even know how that works anymore. And
yeah.
they learn so much. I don't know what you think about Bushiban, but they learn so much. And then they go from 7 till 5 to
I think
school.
Bushiban is okay.
It's okay, okay.
If you're going to learn English and you don't really get much English in the regular education and you're going once a week or twice a week.
试试水梯小金盒，超越汽水胶，有效减少佩戴干涩感。Alcom 酥脆燕麦搭配香浓可可块，家乐氏燕麦鲜谷脆新上市。
For fun.
For fun,
like it's nice.
But not be part of a program where every kid is like a cookie cutter kind of mentality of they must go because everyone else is going, because then you're a follower.
But because that was my case when I was younger.
Yeah.
All my friends were going, so I was like so bored. Mom, I don't have friends. All my friends are, Bushiban. So I wanted to go. So she sent me for 1 month. Basically, I go there to just see my friends. So after that, I didn't go anymore. It's too expensive, and it's just a waste of everybody's time.
What changes do you hope to see in Taiwan? How about you tell me 3 things you'd like to see change, and I'll tell you. Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to see the education system change. I would like them to value art and creativity more and implement the meditation into the education system. I would like to see more individualism happening here, that everyone doesn't have to think the same way. Because when everyone thinks the same way, if that thing that everyone is thinking about is potentially wrong, then you have an entire culture that is seeing things badly. So I think critical thinking. I would like to see more critical thinking, which means the education system needs to change in order to provide a space to help and nurture people to think more critically.
Yes.
So that's important to me.
I think a lot of teachers are already doing their best, but I really hope that education can, like he said.
The teachers have to follow the standards of what the parents expect.
That's the thing, that's why I'm saying we have to educate the parents. I just
scholarly...
feel like one sad thing, not sad, okay, let's not be sad, let's be positive.
let's be positive.
I think I really want I wish for Taiwanese kids to be able to think for themselves.
And have time to play.
And have time to play, have time to be just kids, you know? They are 12. They don't need to figure out what they're going to do in the future. So you as a parent, you probably don't know what you're doing. So cut them some slack, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, how many of you watching this episode now, be honest with yourself, don't like your job and wish that you had had more opportunity as a child to find out what that thing was you loved, so that you could be doing that right now, and then think about your children now and let them have that opportunity.
Yeah. I think one thing I wish for Taiwan the most is that people be brave. I think they're not brave. They're not brave enough to be different. There are so many you have to, you're 30, you should get married, why you don't have a job, why you don't have a stable job, why are you doing this? Like, just don't listen to that and be brave.
You don't have to get married.
Exactly, be brave, be you, be okay with being different. It's most of the people, they're afraid, but a lot of people are just like, I don't want to be different. Like me, I speak my mind, I try.
You're awesome how you're able to speak your mind.
It's not easy and I get attacked all the time, but I think I want to show them that it's okay to have a different opinion. Because so many people get offended what I say is because there's something that triggers them.
Yes.
So I feel like I really, really wish people can be brave to be who they want to be.
Yeah.
And get out of the social box and the box that society put you in. Taiwan is a place very comfortable.
It's very,
very
easy.
comfortable.
And easy even as a foreigner to get comfortable.
Everybody just wants to stay in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
If that's what you want in life, that's great. If you're happy and satisfied in your heart, that's totally fine. Be you. But if you're not happy, there's something wrong. And just be brave to be different, I guess.
I like that. Actually, I feel like that's a nice way to end the video. Be brave.
Yeah, I think so.
Is there anything that inspires you? Like before we finish the video, is there anything that personally, a book you've read, a person, a thing, like what inspires you in your life?
My mom is my biggest inspiration. She's very spiritual.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's my best friend. But I'm reading this book, I don't know if you know Eckhart Tolle, The New Earth. I don't know if
Amazing.
you read it. That's a great book.
Which that was my greatest
I love it.
book that inspired me as well, The New Earth. All right, well, with that said, it's been lovely chatting with you and hearing your truth and talking about education, which is something I wanted to do, but I wanted to do it with someone who's actually been through. All right, with that said, it was lovely chatting with you.
Nice chatting with you too.
You're gonna come over, we're gonna have dinner, you're gonna meet my wife and my kids.
Yeah,
you can be
I'd love to meet your wife.
JJ. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'll be JJ.
All right, well, with that said, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Be kind to your neighbor. That means the people that are around you. And I will see you in the next one.
Biết講廣東話。
唔好意思，唔識講廣東話。